You know this is a man's perfume, right?
I like to smell like my men.
Men and women fragrances available upstairs at the Health, Beauty and Cosmetics Fresh Market.
Hola, soy Enya Dolores de Busai Pharmacy, ubicada en Federation Drive, Dublín. He estado involucrada en la farmacia durante más de 2 décadas. Ofrecemos una farmacia de servicio completo y una variedad de medicamentos de venta liberada para nuestros pacientes. Entonces, cuando necesites una farmacia de servicio completo, visítanos en Busai Pharmacy Federation Drive, Dublín. Somos los doctores de elección de su farmacia comunitaria. Ofrecemos servicio con experiencia.
Hi, my name is Jael John Baptist, representing the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and I'm just here to tell you that when you're done at the ATM, that receipt, just take it and recycle.
Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Drop a thumbs up if you're listening right now to Jael Joseph Live featuring Trilogy and Shelly. We have an exciting show for you this evening. Welcome aboard. Hi. You make my night too with my favorite musical geniuses. Oh, thank you guys. Guys, people are excited to have two of our most famous people in Dominica right now, two of our most famous people. Right? You look at Shelly Green. Well, what is that for me now? Good night, y'all. Good night. Welcome one and all. Thank you so very much for joining. I wanna say thank you very much for those of you who've just joined on the live and you've already started sharing, because guess what? On Wednesday I did a show and I was giving away $200, well, $100 each. So two $100 vouchers to shop upstairs at for Red One products at Fresh Market. And nobody won because people didn't pay attention to the rules. Like nobody won. And I almost feel like, sometimes you see people do some of what they're supposed to do and they don't, and you're feeling okay. Probably I should give it to them. I'm just like, no, I can't do that, because that sets a bad precedent for everybody else, right? Like, so you have to follow the rules. Tonight I've doubled it, so I'm gonna be giving 4 $100 vouchers, right? 4 $100 vouchers. Yes, that is Red One products, edge control, you name it. You can get your your fragrances, because Red One has fragrances. They have shampoo, they have wax, they have barber toners for men, and oh my god, they have like the works. And I'm giving away 4 $100 vouchers. But you gotta follow the rules, people. You have to follow the rules in order. You want to win? Tell me if you want to win, because I don't need to drop the rules. I could just leave it alone and we could just agree that I keep in my $400 $100 vouchers. I'm more than happy to keep them, but you gotta follow the rules. So if you've not done it yet, you gotta share. First of all, you gotta share the flyer. So you have to share the flyer of today's event. Then you have to come on the live and share the live. So you have to share the live. So even if you did not share the flyer earlier, but you shared after, because I only find out at the end of the show who actually wins. And then we'll announce it. We'll post the winners. But you gotta follow it. And I don't care in what order you follow it, but you gotta follow the rules. So you gotta share the flyer. You gotta share the video, right? And you got to answer. I give 2 questions, 1 question, whatever. You gotta answer 2 questions. That's it. And once you do, we good to go. And you have an opportunity. And once you do that, the first person that shows up on my timeline as the winner. So you actually have to respond within the comment section. Once I check, we go and we check, and I have my detectives and them. They hard on the scene. They go in and they check to make sure. And people responded. People actually responded to, and they got a lot of people got like some of the folks that commented got a lot of the answers correct. And because they got the answers correct, they technically, like some of them correct, they technically won. But not technically, it was the fact that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So they didn't follow the rules. So make sure you share the flyer. That's one of the things. You got to share this live. You have to share this live and answer 2 questions. When we drop the questions, you answer them, and you will get an opportunity to win one of 4 $100 vouchers to shop upstairs at Fresh Market HBC. And you can shop Red One products, Redis. So Redis, Red One, any of those products, you have $100 worth. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, you can get stuff for your hair. You can get stuff for your body. I mean, you're good to go, right? So if you want to win, let me know. Let me know you want to win. And let me know you're in it to win it. Just make sure you share the live, all right? So we're going to get this show on the road. We got Shelly in the house with us tonight. We also have Trilogy in the house. I want to say thank you very much to my sponsors. Thank you very much to Bullseye Pharmacy, Mr. Val Coffee and the crew out there at Bullseye Pharmacy. Thank you very much for supporting the vibe. We really appreciate you guys. Located at on Federation Drive in Roseau. Make sure you check them out. I love the fact that they're open till very late. So if you think for whatever reason you're feeling sick, you need to get a penicillin. No, not penicillin, but you need to get Benadryl. You need to get Advil. You need to get Tylenol. You probably need a paracetamol. You could check out Bullseye Pharmacy. They're open very late. They're located on Federation Drive in Roseau. And also my favorite, I shouldn't even say one of them. It's my favorite financial institution, your community partner, NCCU, is also on board with us this evening. So big up to NCCU. And, they have so many different things going on. You just saw Jael John Baptist, aka Trilogy, telling you, make sure you don't litter. Make sure you drop your receipts. That is the worst thing. And when you see you go by the ATM and you see a Jean Apache receipts, like just some of them, I just feel like just going through them. And I wish they had names on them, so you could just open them and say, that's how much money Mr. have. You could just open them up, but you can't, unfortunately. But don't litter. Drop all the receipts in the bin that's provided. They provide a bin for you. Make sure you drop the receipts in there. What you don't do at your home, don't do it when you go elsewhere. That's all. That's all you gotta do, right? And they also have a wide range of other services that they offer, including mortgages. You can, if you want to open a new account, you could do that. If you want a family indemnity plan, you can check them out for that. I mean, they got so many different things, right? So we're gonna get the show on the road. You ready? I'm ready. I don't know if you're ready, but I'm ready. And I feel like I need to probably start this show with this. This is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like one of my, actually it's one of my favorite local songs. I don't want to say my favorite because some people might just come on and like, oh, Jael, all of a sudden you play favoritism with the vibes. This is one of my favorite songs ever. And I feel like I want to start the show with this because when this song came out, I know it inspired a lot of us, and not just inspired, but it also provided comfort for a lot of us. So I feel I should start this show with this one because we have them coming on, well, one of them at least coming on, and this was one of like my. You guys remember that song?
My inner resource is my mind, and I would like to take you for a day in my mind in isolation. Once upon a time, let me tell you a story, and you might not believe me, but I never lie.
Why?
Never love me, and ask them why did they leave me?
Are you ready, guys? You ready? The Calypso King is in there, and what was it? The Bouillon Prince. Boy, let me see. Put pen to paper. Oh. It's I'll do for you. The heart and soul. The lockdown over, eh? Hey! They're right here tonight. They're right here tonight. We're getting ready. And I just want to say welcome to two people I have so much respect for. I mean, I have followed Shelly from the time he was in Junior Monarch, when he was the professor. I moved over to Calypso, followed him there. Trilogy, well, I mean, if all you follow me, all you know my relationship, what my relationship is like with Trilogy, right? Fully groupified. I was like supporting him from the time he decided. I mean, I've known Trilogy even before that, because I've helped him out in certain things that he does in his career. And from the time he was like, okay, I'm doing this Calypso thing, I mean, I was probably the little white angel on the left shoulder. I was always in his ear, and have utmost respect for these two young men doing wonderful things. I mean, lyrically, they on point, and we just want to welcome here. They're going to be talking about their new venture that they're taking on this summer. And we really want to encourage folks, especially if you have young people at home, to take advantage of this. Let's welcome I want to welcome Shelly first. Hi, Shelly.
Hey, it's me. What's going on, Jael? Good night. It's a pleasure to be here. I greeted you before the show, but it's a pleasure to greet you again, and it's a pleasure to be here on the show. So good night.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And I also I'm gonna switch with you. I'm gonna switch places with you a little bit. Let me switch. Let me switch places with you. Oh God, you don't need to switch. Don't worry. Let's welcome. I'll switch just now. Let's welcome the reigning Calypso King, the Calypso King of Dominica. Let's welcome Trilla. All that
Good
left,
evening.
and you just come in there like as if you're tired.
No, I good. Good
What's
night.
up? How are you?
I'm okay. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, both of you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking, Trilogy. Thank you to both of you for coming on. I think what you guys are doing is really wonderful, and I wanted to kind of get an understanding as to why you think you could do this, and what it takes, and all of the things that you guys are actually doing as it relates to lyrical content and literacy. And I know Trilogy's been on the road doing a lot of stuff. And I don't know if I think, well, I did actually congratulate you, Shelly, because we were on another show earlier on in the year on all of your achievements, and you've been doing wonderful things and stuff. And I just want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight. And I want to encourage folks to share the live, if you have not shared it yet. Two talented men out of Dominica, and they're young. First of all, I want to ask you guys, how old are you? Like just to kind of like get people into the frame of like how, first of all, Sheldon, how old are you?
Old enough.
Why I know you were gonna say that? Why I know you were gonna say that?
I'm 27 years old.
27.
According to them, I'm 27, turning 28.
27, 27 years old. And how about you, Trilogy? Trilogy, you freeze. Trilogy freeze.
Yeah, nervous about that age thing.
Trilogy freeze in one spot.
As you are
Trilogy
saying,
there. Huh, anytime. Abracadabra, alakazoo. Trilogy probably got disconnected.
yeah.
We'll get this on the roll. Whenever he jumps on, we'll continue. Oh, here he's back. He's back. Trilogy, I was asking you how old you are, and you just disappear. You just dispower to me.
No, blame my telecommunication service provider. Yeah, audio was freezing up, so I kind of didn't hear the question.
I was asking how old you were. How old are you right now?
Oh well, I 24 years. 24 years of age.
Oh, I thought you said 4. I was like, you 4? How the hell you 4?
No,
So
no.
you guys are 27 and 24 respectively, and you have, I mean, you've really had a wonderful career thus far. I mean, yours, Trilogy, you might say yours just starting off, but you kind of transitioned from bouillon. Well, not transition, but you've been between bouillon and calypso. You've been doing both. Shelly, on the other hand, has been doing this calypso thing for years, and then he's transitioning to bouillon. So it's like he's gone. Y'all have kind of switched places. One started in calypso, went to bouillon. One started in bouillon, went to calypso. First of all, I want to kind of get an understanding as to why did you guys decide. Okay, before we even get into this, when did you both start writing? Because I think that it's important for folks to know. And I'm all these questions are coming off of my head, because so bear with me. When did you guys actually start writing? I will start with you, Shelly.
I started writing in 2014. So that was 9 years ago. That was when I first sang a Booyah song penned by myself, and that was Take Over the World. Yeah.
Wow. How about you, Trilogy?
Yeah, well, the thing with me, I always like music. So I mean, from since little boy, I can't really remember the exact age. What happened is I used to listen to a lot of parodies
Mm-hmm.
of popular songs, and
Mm-hmm.
so drawn to those funny kind of, you know, comical kind of music style of music of taking kicks on
Mm-hmm.
people like famous things and making it your own. And I remember the very first song I wrote. There's a song by Soldier Boy, Pretty Boy Swag. So then I, me and my friend, we wrote a parody to that called Nappy Boy something because my hair was growing out nappy and my mom was giving me. It's like I write a remix to that. I think that's the first ever really, song I record and everything. And from there, I just start to write more. And I mean, the first song I actually wrote that um, put me kind of on the map in the local scene was the No Pirate, which is a remix again to TLC No Scrubs.
Now, I,
Yeah.
I want to I want to actually get an understanding because a lot of people say if you don't read, it's not very you cannot be a good writer. Do you guys agree with this saying or not? And if you guys do, are you guys like avid readers? Like, would you consider yourself? Because what I found, and the reason why I asked this is that a lot of young men, or we find generally, men don't like to read or even write. That's not their thing, right? And you guys have actually you're young, you're still you're Gen X. What are you guys, Gen Z's?
Yeah,
Gen
yeah,
you're Z, you're Z, right? Gen Z's, you guys are actually you're doing your thing when it comes to writing. Do you agree with this saying or not, that men are not are not necessarily readers, and are you readers yourself?
Um,
Shelly, go first.
yeah.
We just we'll
I
set
realize,
the precedent that you'll go first.
I
Yes.
feel I realize okay, Shelly first. Okay. The honestly, I used to read a lot more before. As an academic, I would say I was a little more academic reading before. I think now I kind of I think my vocabulary is developed through conversations, through it doesn't have to be reading of a book. Like before I used to read books, but now I would literally just read a news article thoroughly, or an article, just general article, or I find myself watching a lot of documentaries. And I feel like at the end of the day, the basis is education. It's not, doesn't matter how you educate yourself. And when I say education, I don't mean formal education like going to school. I think that every conversation is a form of education. Every just viewing the news is a form of education. Even scrolling through TikTok, you can educate yourself in that way. And I feel like the basis is education, is not really reading. But reading is a form of educating yourself, and it's just method of increasing your vocabulary, widening your understanding of matters and subjects and all of that. Yeah.
And yourself, Trilogy.
yeah, well, basically, I agree with everything that Shelly said. Um, right now, and so at this stage in my life, I'm not really an avid reader per se, but I like to continue to educate myself through. You can learn a lot. The people that wrote the books, you can listen to the entire story over a YouTube interview,
Mm-hmm.
and they will tell you the exact same from the book in those
Mm-hmm.
interviews. And but when I was younger though, I read a lot more. I actually took place in the first ever reading competition where I was a finalist. So I mean, I was reading a lot in my younger days. Not so much so because I love to read. I used to do things because I thought they were just expected of me. So when I go to school, I know I have to bring back the grades because that's what's expected of me.
Yeah.
It was never a situation of feeling like it's a
Good
burden.
boy.
Like
Good
I have to go to
He is a good boy. Eh? He is a good boy.
boy.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, continue trilogies.
I just try. I just try. No, I finish.
Okay. So do you think it's like, do you put a lot of weight on or emphasis on reading? In terms of, because for you guys, like Shelly, you've gone ahead and pursued um formal education. You've done your masters and all of that, and as you say, a lot of the reading that you've done was because obviously you were heavily involved in research. Would you guys say that a huge part of opening up, like, because I'm trying to get at what causes your creativity to flow onto the paper, right? Is it reading? Is it, or is it because, like you said, Shelly, a lot of it has comes from conversation, so it's a mixture of everything. But what exactly ignites your creativity?
I think I would say firstly it's natural. Like that's really God given, on a base level. And anything that's God given, I think, can only be effective to a certain level if you don't nurture it. So the way I think reading definitely helps to nurture it. I still read. I've said that I used to read books and all that before, but now, well, academic books. But now I read books on time management and um, actually, the book I'm reading right now is well, I think I'm done reading it right now. It's called Mind Management, Not Time Management. Um, so yeah, we've thrown away
So
my
you want to tell me a little bit about what that book, why you choose to read a book on
mind
time
management,
management? Because
mind
yeah.
management, not time management. Well,
Hmm.
I felt like I've been through many cycles of trying to figure out my time management, my scheduling, because I have my hands in on many things, and I feel like I've tried calendars, to-do lists, and sometimes I don't feel like these things work as effectively as I want them to.
Hmm.
So I came across the book Mind Management, Not Time Management, and I was like, I need to read that book. And the premise of the book is literally that you need to understand what task you can take on at a particular time rather than just trying to take on tasks, trying to just knock out tasks. You need to understand how your mind works, understand what task you do better in the morning, in the afternoon, and understand what frame of mind or what space you need to be in to fulfill a particular task. So yeah, it gets into really understanding how your mind works so that you can be efficient. It's not just about getting the thing done. But so that's where that book is. I hope I am learning something from it.
I hope you learned a lot, and thank you very much for sharing, a little bit of what you learned with us. Over to you, Trilogy. What sort of ignites your creativity? Where do you get your juices from and get them to flow onto paper?
Well, most of the time it's inspiration. Uh, Inspiration from other music, inspiration from stuff that happened in like real life,
Hmm.
inspiration from like just mentally, inspiration from even like if someone is sending you a beat and I feel like beats have moods. So there's certain beats, for example, you listen to Triple K, Triple K have a dark, dangerous feeling in there. So
Hmm.
uh, as another beat like a mass man will have a happy melodious feeling, you know? And
Hmm.
so it's a bunch of different areas that affect it, but most times I get my creativity flowing through inspiration in any aspect. And I was always a creative person from since I think I try everything already. When it comes to the creative, I try painting, I try drawing, I try poetry until I find something that stick, which was the music, and I know it like I have a lot more I can do, and I feel like when it comes to writing, an
Hmm.
area I'm better in is time. Well, I would not challenge myself to be better at poetry in my music because it's one thing to have like do the hip hop style with the similes, the metaphors, and everything, but I feel I can get better at that. You understand? Um, Say things like, you know, her love choked me while I was whatever. You just like make it a lot more.
I love Chocome.
No, I telling you,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So just inspiration from life in general.
Wow. What inspires you, Shelly? You can, and I probably should ask Trilogy because he started talking about inspiration and inspiration from a grand scheme of things. Like I know I don't get inspiration from everything. There's specific things that I kind of gravitate to. Like for example, you mentioned documentaries. Like if I get a lot of my inspiration from documentaries, so I will sit and I'll watch documentaries. I like if I watch movies, I prefer movies that are based on real life events. So I'm more of a non-fiction kind of a person, right? So when I get these things, I'm like, damn, I could do this. Like that's how I get my inspiration. What inspires you? And Trilogy, you kind of set the pace. So I don't know if you want to go first, and then we just move across to Shelly because you will kind of already set the pace for this question?
Yeah, well, my inspiration usually things that are impactful. You know, things that tug on your emotions. And once something is done to a particular standard, then it inspires me, to be creative and do my best at whatever I'm doing. For example, this Beatles song comes to mind. The name of the song is Hey Jude, and it goes like, Hey Jude, don't make it bad, just take a sad song and make it better. So you feel like you when you hear that, you're checking like them man talking about like a love song or whatever. No, but them man talking about taking drugs. You know, that's what I'm talking about. And I feel like those things get me excited because here are these guys, most supreme band in the world, and they tackle topics in such a manner that it can touch every household. And yet still, most people will not know what they're talking about. You know, these things truly inspire me to try to be a better artist each and every day.
Or not necessarily not know what they're talking about, but they can use the actual song and place it within their own lives. So yeah, they might be talking about taking drugs, but it for somebody, for a young person who's never taken drug, would probably never know that feeling, and they might think it's a love song to them, right?
Like,
So it's relatable across the board. Thank you very much for sharing that trilogy. How about you, Shelly?
Yeah, very, very similarly. I mean, I kind of hook on less to the literary devices, the similes, metaphors. I am more of I take specific situations in my life or the persons around me in their lives, very specific situations, and I try to figure out how can I make this as general as possible, the situation itself. So, for example, my last song, um, "Angels in the Sky,"
Really
it
nice
was
song.
it was literally a week that I all I could think about was my father. It was like about 3 weeks ago. This song was like just done in the past 3 weeks, and for about a week, I could just think about daddy, and I was just like, I've never written a song about this situation, my father's death, and all of that, and I was just,
You've referenced it, but you've never gone in depth.
and I still think I have not done it again, yet again in another song. I still didn't go in depth about him, and I realized that that is part of just the way that I write. Every time I try to do
or
something,
or or could it be part of your own healing process?
maybe. But all I know for sure, the fact is, when I try to tackle this in a sort of specific approach or technique, it always gets general. It always becomes something that everybody can feel. And I realize that is a sort of pattern across my music. If I start something generic, it becomes something that everybody can feel. And I could have gone on and maybe call my father name for the entire song and use that as my
Hmm.
technique, and just talk
Hmm.
about daddy, 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 daddy. But I felt that people have lost mothers, cousins, friends, and I want them to feel that song too. Yeah.
Yes, and when you sent it to me, first thing, what was the first thing I tell you?
Um,
You can remember
I,
what I tell you?
I love it. No, something before that. Very nice. It's really nice. No, and you told me something about church.
Yes, you're trying to take people back to church. It has it's not necessarily a church song, but it has. So when I said it that way, I didn't mean that it's a church song. I meant that it has the melody and the lyrical content can move you and
Yeah,
move you to the point of tears, because people go to church for for hope, for because of God and faith and all of these different things, but it really has the power to move you because it has this solemn, sad, but yet still like you can look to something better kind of a feeling, right?
yeah,
So good job on that. I probably should pull it up. Let me see if I have it. I probably should pull it up for those of you who have not heard his latest single, that is Shelly and Signal Band's latest single. Really, really nice song. I'm gonna find it because I find everything. And I think I found it. Yes, I found it. So so I'll play it for a little bit, just for a little bit for those of you.
is for the ones who are gone. Souls in the sky and bodies in the ground. Ya know, after daddy I can take another one. So since you've been gone, things are not the same, but I still pushing on. Just cause I know you're still looking down on me. So take out all your phone and put a light up. Point it to the angels right up. Maybe one day we go sight up, but I know you're in a better place. So take out all your phone and put a light up. Point it to the angels right up. Maybe one day we go sight up, but I know you're in a better place.
Yes, trust you to go get a bulb. Trust you to go and find a bulb. That was a good one. Really, really nice song. Very catchy melody, you know. And as you said, Shelly, it only took you over the last 3 weeks to kind of put this together. And that takes me to my next question. How does your creative, how does it flow? How does it come out of you? Do you, because I recently met an artist and he said to me, "Boy, Jael, so long I trying to write something, but I have writer's block. Like I just cannot write anything. I just feel like I have to come out Dominica and go somewhere else for me to you probably know who I'm talking about, right?"
One of us know what we're talking about.
I had to come out Dominica and go somewhere else because I need to put down. It's like, it's not like I don't know. And then another person who has absolutely nothing to do with Bouillon or Dominica or anything, said to me, "Boy, I'm trying to put this down for the longest while, and I just need one line. I'm missing like one line, and it's just the words. It just not coming out." Does that happen to either of you? And you could also answer, how long does it take you for things to kind of just come out of you and get on paper? Shelly, you can go first.
I feel like there are moments where I have songs that come and they just come right away. I can write a whole song in a night. And then on the other hand, I have songs that have been sitting there for 5 years because I'm missing 2 lines.
Wow.
Yeah, I literally have songs that just here past months as well. I have a song that I'm really eager to release, and I'm missing about 2-3 lines. So much so that every artist that I go into studio with, I play it for them and ask them what they think, so they can give me the 2 lines. But none of them to pass the 2 lines on me yet. I played for Gael, I played for Colton T, I played for Swadi. That's what people like right now. Gael, I played for you.
Don't try that. You played off Bobby.
I played for you.
Why is that? The Calypso?
No, the Calypso. The Calypso.
You jog my memory after.
Yeah, we'll talk after. But yeah, I mean, I've been, picking brains, and these days I honestly haven't been shying away from collaborating and saying that I need help with getting, lines in songs and, collaborating in a songwriting manner. Because I realize that collaboration is the key, and you get stronger products when you collaborate. Trilogy and I are a testament of that before we ready single for Carnival. That collaboration brought forth the strongest Carnival song this year for Dominica. So, I feel like creative writing.
We hear you.
And yeah, that creative writing as a group or as any form of collaboration just brings forth a strong product, and we cannot deny that. The proof is there, and I think we should collaborate more as writers, and that's one of the things that we want to do a lot of in our songwriting camp this summer.
Thank you very much for that. Trilogy, how about you?
Yeah, well, for me, well, I don't think I have a compliment to you yet, brother, but that's a big tune. Angels in the Sky. And I've been first to admit right now, and so you have a little edge over me in terms of the writing. Because I think how you say that?
Actually, one way.
Yeah, because let me tell you, so like I think in you have unlocked a strength in, like you say, writing to make things generic, like generalize, so that people relatable, so that people can relate to whatever topic you decide to tackle. We see that in songs like Side Life, We see that in songs like recently Angels in the Sky. We see that in Drunkish. So big up to you, brother. And then, so like for me, my creative process, you see, I can spit out songs. I can spit out multiple songs in a day. But then there's a difference between writing for yourself and writing for yourself. You understand? And so I feel like sometimes that's the area I need to focus on more is writing for others, because that's how you create hits.
Mm-hmm.
And so really and truly, my writer's block is not figuring out where would I get my next two lines, is how do I make those two lines which I already have so that Samuel or Peter or John listen to it and not really feel like I've been, like I've been unrelatable or I've been braggadocious, so I just put two words there to make it like it have to make sense to everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
my creative process really and truly, like, I full of imagination, I full of words, so I can spit out songs. But there's a difference between just spitting out songs and spitting out hits. So in terms of making hits, best to sit down.
Trilogy, you broke up for a second. You're in the business of making hits, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
I'm in the business of making hits, and so what I'm saying is you can write songs, but then you also, as an artist, you need to write hits. And so when it comes to writing hits, that's where I like to focus, and I have to be very meticulous with how I
Mm-hmm.
deliver topics, because that's what it's about. It's about making hits to make money to feed yourself.
I'm going to wrap up, this because I want to get into your summer program that you guys are hosting this year. But before I do that, I want to ask Shelly a question that I know has been like, probably on everybody's mind, especially since Trilogy now is the Calypso King. Can we see you competing next year in Calypso? Are we gonna be
Shelly, I feel
seeing you?
all interview going on there last week, that way.
Yeah, and especially once you're in the room.
Yeah.
Once you're in the room, yeah, the interviewer feels pressure to ask that.
Of course, of course.
But the answer is simple: no.
Wow.
Yeah, I will not even lie, and this is the shortest answer I've given. I realize that I should just start being honest about it. Yeah, I usually I'll be like, oh, you never know. I don't let the cat out of the bag, and no, the answer is no.
The answer is no. Point blank, period. We're gonna take a short pause because when we come back again, we're gonna pay the bills. We want to talk to these young men about their summer program that they're having, and what inspired it, why they think it's important to have a summer program called PPTP, right? Put pen to paper, right? I got it right. To replay it in my head. So we're gonna come back in just a few seconds. So stay tuned. We're coming back with more right here with Shelly and Trilogy right here on Jael Joseph Live. We're taking a short break.
Everybody raise your hands and wait for the angels in the sky. Put up your hands and wait for the angels in the sky.
You know this is a man's perfume, right?
I like to smell like my men.
Men and women fragrances available upstairs at the Health, Beauty, and Cosmetics Fresh Market.
Hi, my name is Jael John Baptist, representing the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited. And I'm just here to tell you that when you're done at the ATM, that receipt, just take it and recycle.
Hola, soy Enya Dolores de Busai Pharmacy, ubicada en Federation Drive, Hooghly. He estado involucrada en la farmacia durante más de 2 décadas. Ofrecemos una farmacia de servicio completo y una variedad de medicamentos de venta liberada para nuestros pacientes. Entonces, cuando necesites una farmacia de servicio completo, visítanos en Busai Pharmacy Federation Drive, Hooghly. Somos los doctores de elección de su farmacia comunitaria. Ofrecemos servicio con experiencia.
Your hands and wave for the angels in the sky. Oh, everybody just wave for the angels in the sky. Shoot them.
All right, we're back. We're back. We paid the bills. Thank you again to our sponsors for making this show possible. Thank you very much to Bullseye Pharmacy. Thank you very much to the National Cooperative Credit Union. And of course, Fresh Market Health, Beauty, and Cosmetics. And the question that you have to answer. So if you've shared the live, if you've shared the flyer, you have to answer this question. But because I have 2 of them on the live, you're going to answer it twice. So you're technically you answering the same question, but you have to make it specific to the 2 of them. So you have to include both of them in the answer to your question. And look at Trilla, she's looking at me like, where's that question? So the question is, what was the name of the latest calypso that each of these individuals penned, and who was the artist singing it? The latest calypso that Shelly penned and the artist, the latest calypso that Trilogy penned and the artist. The first person to answer will win themselves $100 voucher, and I might actually give them some extra stuff on it, just in case, just how fast they answer, right? I'm looking for 4 people who follow the rules. So 4 people will walk away with a voucher to Fresh Market HBC if you answer this question. All right, that's it. The name, the name of the song, and the artist singing the song for Calypso. And the reason why I chose a Calypso question is because the Calypso Association just celebrated Calypso Literacy Week. And I couldn't help but follow some of the events that they had. And one of the events, which I must commend them on, they did an event that was broadcast live through GBS Radio, and they had young people answering to the question as to what do they think that Calypso needs to do different so that they can be engaged in it. And there was a young woman, I think her name is Jamisha something. She's on the National Youth Council. She's the public relations person. I don't know if you guys, I might be wrong about the pronunciation of her name, because I'm not Hanenin, but she was very eloquent. She was right on point. Like she just knew, like she was in everybody's boyo. I think about the response when she gave the response to this, because she was talking about, about not just the lyrics, but the melody. She spoke about, the marketing of it. She spoke about so many different things. I wish I had captured that little piece, of when she spoke. And I want to just commend the Calypso Association for putting that on, and for the folks who participated in it. It was really, really good, guys. And you must answer the question in the same response. I'm not going to look for you twice. So if you put the question, you answer once and you answer no, you disqualify yourself. The answer has to come. I said you answering the 2 questions in one. Right? You're gonna put the both answers for me and drop it. And we're gonna go back and we're gonna see who responded, who were the top 4. Quickest response time. Make sure you follow the rules where you shared the live interview, which is this right now. You've shared this, and you've also shared the flyer. Once you've done that, and you did it, the first top 4 will win $100 gift voucher from HBC Fresh Market upstairs, and you can go shop and get all your Red One products. Make sure you smelling a pink peeling according to my buttercup, and you're looking fresh to death because summer and everybody's outside. They want to make sure your edges, I have my edge. I had to put on my edges. Let me tell you, my hair it's been over a month, and that edge control by Red One, it does wonders. Like I put a little bit pop pop pop. I suspect Gael, I need to send some for you, but we'll talk about that offline. We so let's get into the program. You guys have launched a program called PPPP with Put Pen to Paper. First of all, I want to know what inspired you to decide that, or why, forget about inspiration. Why did you want to put together this program? Why did you feel it was important to do something like this? Shelly.
I will humbly pass that on to Trilogy, as that was his brainchild. And I'll let him have the focus on that.
Yeah, I know that was coming. So yeah, basically, after winning the crown for Calypso, there's a few things that I noticed and a few things I realized, I observed. One of which, the most important one, being that I have a larger platform and a stronger voice in society. And I was looking at the current landscape of our musical scene, and I decided that I would use that platform to my advantage to contribute in a way that can benefit our society better when it comes to our music, and especially lyrical content, for not only for today but for tomorrow as well. And so that's where the whole idea came from. And working alongside Signal Band and Shelly close for the season, I got to see, just how they do things and how Shelly himself approaches certain things. And so I decided that I needed a partner on this, and there was no other person I could, think of other than Shelly. So I pitched the idea to him, and right away, both of us, Shelly himself also coming from the Calypso arena, winning. How many times you been, dog?
3 times. Yeah.
3 times. That man.
Consecutively.
Yeah. So he himself having a passion for Calypso and Bouillon as well. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, So we came together and started formulating some other players in the acts and so on. And we got.
I'm interested to know, what does it entail? So what does this entail? Because somebody can say, "Oh, we're running a session this summer." What do people expect to get out of this?
Okay, well, I'll just start, and then I guess Shelly will take it after I leave it a certain area. So basically, we want to have a fun, vibrant summer program for young people ages 12 to 18, and we want to do this through songwriting. So the songwriting camp, but it's not going to be limited to just songwriting, and I think that's where the beauty in this whole endeavor comes from. The fact that we actually going to open it up a little bit more to more than songwriting, might touch on music business, might touch on other stuff, and we also go into all the stuff that we touched on earlier when it comes to inspiration and letting your creative juices flow. These are not just these were not things that we by chance. These are actually things that an artist has to go through, a songwriter has to go through, and we have specific programs within this entire workshop that will unlock these features in these children. And so, we want people to understand, we only young people especially to understand that it's going to be fun. I mean, you have Trilogy there, Shelly there. Two people, that have big songs and we deal with the children, so we anticipate that it's gonna be very fun and I can let Shelly continue as to what else we'll offer. So,
Go ahead, Shelly.
Yeah, I mean, what I would want to add is how much we have placed emphasis on collaboration. We want to ensure that each child is able to walk away with the skills, but also a product in the form of a song, whatever way that is, whatever, however complete that is as they want it to be. But then we also want to encourage the spirit of collaborations. So we will place these students into groups in the end to collaborate on songs as well. And I think that's a very important thing to let parents know and to let the children themselves know that this is a place that we're going to foster their creativity on a collaborative level as well. And we have 2 weeks. The program runs for 2 weeks, so there'll be a week of nurturing that skill on your own, and then there'll be a week of nurturing that skill as a collective, and that's important.
So tell us a little bit about when it starts and what's the time of day that it will run from, and you could include the cost as well.
So it is the 17th of July is the first day, and it runs until the 28th. So that's Monday to Friday times two. Um, and every day it will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the workshop will be held at the not the RSS, the UE Open Campus in Elmsall. And so we'll have a facilitator, and we have split up each day into sessions, so it's not just one giant day of 5 hours. There'll be chunks and snacks will be provided. But yeah, drinks and food will be provided. But the price is $150
For
for the
the
workshop.
for the 2 weeks. Where can they enroll? Where, like, how can people register? Is there a place online? Do they have to go to somewhere in some to an actual physical place? How can folks register for this program?
Yeah, so it's
Trinity?
an online.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
but yeah, online registration. Our registration platform is online. If you go to any of our social media pages, you will find the link, and you can register there. Actually, or the deadline is important to know. The deadline for registration is on Friday or Thursday. On Thursday, actually, the 13th of July.
Thursday, the 13th of July is the absolute deadline, and you're not taking any money in. Anybody else?
No.
What is your target? What's your target in terms of the number of students that you lock in this up? Because somebody might see both of you, and they might say, "Oh, they're very popular. A lot of people are gonna swam this program and go in," and they might say, "I don't want to bring my children, whatever." Or what is the amount of people or students you guys are expecting to join this program?
Oh yeah, one of the first things we did was actually establish a limit, because we figured that we wanted to get overwhelming, and we want to give each child the attention that they needed or they need. So we have capped at 30. So 30 students is our capacity.
Wow, that's like a limited. It feels like it's limited, like an exclusive.
Pretty much the method is, if you miss this one, catch you in the next one.
Right, right. So I want to encourage parents, if you have not attempt to register, if you've not fully by now, attempt to register your kids, because I think it's a great initiative. I mean, especially if you have young boys like my son. If my son was 12, I probably would have enrolled him, but he's not 12 yet. And I don't like, one of the things I don't want is for them the young kids to stay playing video games all summer, because honestly, say one, say two, I think video games takes away their brain cells. Like I feel sometimes it does. Like some people say, oh, they make out people who make a whole living on video games, and I'm not knocking those people that are making a living on video games, right? However, I like sometimes I will see my son playing video games, and a couple minutes I'll ask him a question, and I have to ask it to him like 3 times, and I'm like, my brother, like, what happened to you now? Like,
Yeah.
your brain cells on pause, right? Like it just puts them in a different realm, a different zone. And I feel that like, so one of the things that I've always practiced is getting him to read, and people are always so surprised how articulate he is. He's well spoken, he's well read, and he can have a conversation on anything in the world. Like you just drop the subject and he can have a conversation on it. And it's because I encourage him to read every single night, right? And I would have put him in this program, but I'm like, you know what, next year for that, because by then he'll be of age for him to join if you guys decide to host it next year. Or it could be for different, you guys could bring in different people, whatever it is. But I also I want to ask you guys, one final question. What is your biggest expectation out of this program? Like what do you want these children to leave with? Because you could say, oh, I want them to learn how to ride or whatever. Are they gonna make a song? Are they gonna come out in the next bouillon? Like what can we expect out of this summer camp?
Okay, so basically, you know,
Wait. I'm gonna give you a little bit longer to put together your thoughts. The reason why I asked this, one of the questions that one of the persons, I think, at the Calypso Week conference that they had, she was saying that a lot of the songs that come out for Junior Calypso Monarch, they're written by adults. They're not written by the children themselves, right? So it dawned on me. I'm like, damn, like, and I think that's kind of what I was just like, damn, like, look at what you guys are doing. Like, this is a perfect opportunity to kind of like start putting together your bullets, I should say, your ammunition for for the actual for. So that's why I asked. So I'll give you a little bit more time to answer. Go ahead, Trilogy.
yeah, I mean, not that I really needed it, but yeah, but basically, you know, we want them to live with well, there's the tangibles, in terms of they will have a fully produced song, whether it be calypso, that we will assist them with in helping them to well as the goal that we live with that song. So we will put out the song and put it on social media. Um, According to how things roll around, we are actually looking at having a social media competition so that our people on our social media, both myself and Shelly, will then try to see who's their favorite song, which group presented it best, and so on. Um, so we are actually thinking of doing that. We haven't quite, have a set plan as to that. But surely they will have, like Shelly said, on their first week that they will actually produce by themselves, and then the next week they will do a collaboration. That's the tangible. Intangible is the fact that they will have acquired a better skill in their writing and also probably have a process to it. Um, and they will better understand what it is to write and to leave them with a responsibility that, you know, music is not just something that you feel you should take lightly. And your family, it can take care of you. And if you take care of the music will take care of you in turn. And so we want them to understand the seriousness of the art form and to just harness their skills better in songwriting.
Thank you very, very much. I want to go to the live feed, the comment section, just to see what some of the folks have been saying. Did you want to add anything else, Shelly, just in case he didn't?
Yeah, in the meantime, I mean, if you don't have any questions yet, I could just add that
Go ahead.
one other thing is that we have to accept that maybe every student will not walk out being a songwriter, but this is the platform or expose them to other aspects of the industry as well. So, we will be bringing in producers, we'll be bringing in person to talk on intellectual property and what it means to own your lyrics after you write them. And you never know, you could maybe produce artist managers out of this exercise. You could produce a producer out of it. They might not be a songwriter. And even more extreme, you never know, you might produce an intellectual property lawyer out of the exercise too. But I feel like there's no real boundary of what you can get out of this camp. We're gonna provide them with tools, and they have this tool set that they could go out and use in any way.
Thank you very much, Shelly. Nevaya, I think that's the person's pronunciation called. And sorry if I pronounce this incorrectly, but the question is it only going to be calypso? And they might have just jumped on, so they might have missed the response to this. But just to reiterate, is it only going to be calypso?
I suppose it's surname.
KP?
Oh, I was there for now.
What kind of question? Boy, you're the greatest.
Goodbye.
Right.
Hello, good evening to you, Nevaya. I hope it's that it's Calypso and Bouillon. Calypso and Bouillon, myself being a Calypso king, Shelly has a Calypso background, both of us Bouillon artists. We joined the two. So it'll be Calypso and Bouillon.
Right. And I like the fact that you guys are doing both and you didn't leave out bouillon, or you didn't just focus on one and not the other. Reason being, one of the concerns, of course, by the older folks, the millennials and older, is that, oh, bouillon, the lyrics in bouillon, not great. It's just a J and Apache, pang palang, and then there's nasty business, and there's this and there's that, and everybody's always complaining about the lyrical content. So here you have an opportunity to actually put your money where your mouth is and send your children to go and learn about how to write properly and how to present a bouillon song. Because I think, Shelly, you've been doing a really good job in terms of the the bouillon songs that you've been putting out. I think you've had hits after hits after hits, at least by our standards where Dominicans are concerned and small islanders are concerned. I think you've been doing really a decent job. Our next question is from Edric, DJ Drix, the champ. His question is: after the whole class, do students get to record the song that they write? That's his question.
Yeah, well, I guess Drix that part.
Drix might have missed that part. But just in case somebody else might be just joining up and they missed it. Their internet could have been bad and they completely missed it.
Yeah, Drix was maybe drinking a ginger wine, so yeah. But anyways, my bad. So now, okay, Shelly answer.
I don't before I will put both of you outside.
Yeah. So every student will not record the song, but as we said, songs will be recorded in groups. So one group will choose whether they want to sing the song as a group, whether one student. Because I one thing I must admit, or I know that we will get, is some students who are shy, and
but they're good writers. But they're very good writers,
and that's where we start to understand the industry, and we start to understand that not everybody is a singer, not
very
everybody
true.
Is an all-rounder, can be a singer and a songwriter. Some are just good songwriters, some are just singers, and you just need to give them words to sing. So that's the point of putting them in groups. So when they go into groups, they will record that final product that they create as a group, but not the individual songs that each of them create.
Thank you very much for bringing that up, DJ Drix. I know he said his Wi-Fi was messing up, so he missed that question. I'm just gonna check to see if there are any more questions. If there are no more questions, we're going to I want to leave the floor open to the both of you to share your final words, and we wrap up. So Shelly, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I want to encourage persons. We have a few more days. We have about 6 more days of registration, to go to our social media pages, click that link and register for the PPTP writing camp. It's very, I think it's a giveaway, the $150 is a giveaway for 2 weeks with the program that we have in store. I feel like they shouldn't hesitate to call to get information on the camp. The number to call is 615-8400. If you have any questions, again, the number to call is 615-8400. And deadline is this Thursday. Also, you can reach out to, I mean, Trilogy and I are very accessible artists. You can reach out to us. I'll speak for him a little bit there for that. You can reach out to us on social media, or when you see us on the road, just stop us and ask us questions. And I feel like you will gain a wealth of knowledge. You'll meet some people that you have never expected to meet in such an intimate space over the 2 weeks. And it's not just about us. This is about the entire music industry. This is about creating a better product to represent Dominica. Yeah.
Trilogy.
Yeah, man. We basically, I think we touched on everything. I'd just like to remind everyone that the daily hours will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and they'll be given 2 snack breaks, so they will not just be 5 hours of straight learning. We have sessions. Some of them are more activities and just a lot of activities, a lot of stuff planned. We'll have field trips, we'll make them in the industry, introduce them to certain processes. Trust me, I feel like this is an all access backstage pass to the industry on a whole, with just songwriting as the main focus. And so we are trying to create a lot of different people within the industry, or generate interest around certain areas in the industry and not just songwriting. I would also like people to understand that, while this initiative was brought forth in mind with, fixing up lyrical content probably in Booyah, but we must not kid ourselves that, Calypso actually needs writers. Calypso need writers. There's been a monopoly on Calypso writing for the past couple of years, and I think the public actually saw me as a breath of fresh air in terms of the new ideas and the new style and the new way of writing. But we want to continue that process going down the line, that we can have a different style of calypso and make the competition even better.
I have
So
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry. Continue.
yeah, and so we're encouraging everybody to come through the PPTP. We'll also, and I like the fact that you play that song in the beginning. Put pen to paper, because that's the name of the camp. So it's just divine intervention. Everything falling into nicely. We have people registering, and we hope that by first day, the registration, the limit that Shelly is talking about, the 30 is that there by that first day there. So you can take all your time and wait for first day, but when the first day reach, we take in the first set 25 to 30 students that we have that is paid and going forward with the camp. If your child doing, if they don't tell you no, like they have no interest in being that, still join them. There's something to do for the summer. Like you say, the video games will always be there. School will always be there. Different things will always be there. That make them try something new, Yeah. And we'll also like to shout out all the sponsors that come on board, that pledge to come on board. Shout them out one time. Shelly, you want to shout them out?
Yeah, I just want to big up Josephine Gabriel for sure for coming on board with their products, Top It All and Coca-Cola, Quenchy as well, for sure.
We have
I want. Okay, go ahead. Continue. I thought you had finished. I thought you said all of that.
No, that's all. Trilogy. I try and give Trilogy chance. Shelly workload there.
Yeah. We have NCCU coming on board in a big way. We have Flow coming on board. Signal Band, of course, and all our facilitators that's coming on board. Special thanks to them as well. Big up on yourself. So let's.
I want to while we're speaking, I'm inspired by real life. Sorry, unfortunately, that's how my brain works. But I want to make an appeal, especially to the folks out in the diaspora who would like to probably sponsor a child to attend. you know, to so that's a really that's something that I think I'm actually going to play. I'm going to sponsor one child, but everything, nothing is for free. I want to sponsor one girl between the age of 12 and whatever the criteria is. And you need to follow my page. I will tell you how you can be selected to be that one girl under my Black Island Girl Multimedia brand. So I will sponsor one girl. So I'm pledging to sponsor one girl to attend the camp. And I'm also appealing to other folks in the diaspora who'd like to sponsor. They could probably reach out to you guys, or if they have a school or affiliations with a school, to reach out. Your information is provided in your on both your social media platforms. And I think it's a great way, as you said, like so many kids get to stay home and they're not able to do anything in the summer, and not every parent is able to afford $150. We got to be real sometimes. And I think that people in the diaspora especially would like to show their support, not just to, because the other we always say, those of us in diaspora always say, "Oh, we love our country." It's helping to mold the future of Dominica. And it's a positive vibe. And I like what you guys are doing. I want to tell you guys, continue, and I want to encourage you guys. And I want to also say, because I have a lot of people who follow me in the diaspora as well, to pledge. If you want to do, even if it's one child, you do. Even if it's $150 is 75 US, not even, right? 70 US, right? Shelly, give us the conversion. You might know the conversion.
750.
Right, 67.50 to sponsor one child for 2 weeks, right? I don't think that is a hard thing to do, right? And I'm sure Shelly can find a way, because Shelly is like me, in between countries. You can find a way to get the money from you without any additional cost, right? So you don't have to send it via Western Union or any of the other means, right? So support the vibes. Great initiative, guys. I just want to see any final words. So Luana is saying, so proud of these guys. We are the next generation to make change, continue to aspire and inspire. I would like to sponsor a child. You see, Luana? Oh, you see, people are coming on. People are coming on, right? People are coming on. I gonna get my commission. I coming for my commission. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So oh gosh, the people are the messages are coming really quickly. Somebody else is saying that they want to sponsor a child. So folks are coming on. Aretha Charles is saying, great initiative. I wish the camp continues success. Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing your knowledge for our future musicians and artists. Diamond Kelly Parrott is saying, I love this idea. Great job, guys. Mopo Neck is saying this song's better than AMP. Beverly Blackman is saying, do you have any other Calypsonians with you on the week? I guess that's a question that she wants to ask. Do you guys have any other Calypsonians coming on with you during the 2 weeks? That's a question that you can answer now, or you can answer later. You can go back on the live. I encourage you guys to go back on the live. And folks may have commented and said that they want to sponsor. I can't catch everybody, so you might want to go back on the live and kind of see who, so you can reach out to them, because sometimes people say they want to sponsor and then they forget because life gets busy. And it would be great for you guys to follow up. Smiley Simeon is saying, great job, guys. God bless you. Indy saying, blessings. Indy Thomas is saying, blessings always. So folks are coming on. Princess Nistati saying, if the junior Bouillon monarch has not been if the junior Bouillon monarch has not been sponsored, I am interested. I'm not sure what that means, but hit them up and they will be able to give you more details as to how you can get to them, how you can sponsor a child. I think if I know we can get 30 people on this live to sponsor a child, right? To sponsor one child easily, right? Kudos to you guys. Big up to you guys. Continue the great work that you're doing. Continue putting out really great content, because I am a fan. I enjoy both of y'all's music, and I just want to encourage you guys and tell you guys, continue the hard work. Don't ever let people discourage you, because our people sometimes they're not easy. Don't let people discourage you. Just keep the people that encourage you and give you fuel. Fuel to keep going. Keep these people close to you, because they're the people you need around you. Thanks again for being on the live. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much
for having us. And thank you to all the viewers for your engagement. And we look forward to hosting this PPTP and keeping the social media and the public informed as to how it's going and how it went.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. I think I want to... Which one we playing? Put pen to paper. That's the one we playing? That's the song we playing?
You made trilogy. I need to hear trilogy.
Yeah. I don't tell you, Mr. Then. Trilogy. I thought hear your song.
Anyways, I working on an album, yeah. I telling everybody that I working on an album, so new music on the way. Because trust me, I have been slacking.
What is the album? What is the album called?
No, me and you we have to talk.
We too have to talk. Trilogy. Let me look for a trilogy before people have me untied and curse me. Let me look for a trilogy. Let's look for a latest trilogy. Which one? Boy, let me see finalist songs.
Have that.
What?
We don't have that. Trilogy don't put out music. I don't like Mr.
Look it. We'll leave you with this one.
The boycott. Trilla on the mic. The boycott. A pleasant good evening, everybody. I am the undercover agent, Trilogy. I didn't come here to boo your rice guy, so just to reveal some secrets you didn't know. Let's go back to the night the boss man cried. I promise you he didn't cry for you and I. The real reason why the boy was so upset, he get caught while fixing his cabinet. The boycott. It was a Sunday night and the rain had just finished fall. The boycott. Oh yes, the boycott. That's why he go down St. Joanne Ball.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much to you, my wonderful viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying locked in. Make sure you've shared the live if you have not done it yet. And I will be checking back to see who are my top four. My top four winners. $100 voucher from Fresh Market. Thank you very much to my sponsors. I love you guys. My sponsors, the National Cooperative Credit Union, Bullseye Pharmacy, and Fresh Market Health, Beauty, and Cosmetics. Thank you guys for your support. I will be back, guys. I'll be back next week with y'all. I know we said, there's no more 2 cents until we get to season 2. But next week, I got Mikel Henderson gonna be coming on Run the Track and Talk. So we're gonna be having a ball next week. So stay tuned and of course, I'm gonna be giving away stuff. I'm gonna be giving away more stuff. So stay tuned. If you're my top fan, you're gonna get to indulge in all the free stuff that I'm gonna be giving away on the show. So stay tuned. Next week, we're gonna have Mikel Henderson. We're gonna have, oh my God, we have some really good guests coming up. Stay tuned. If you've not followed, liked, shared, make sure you do so today. Until next time, have a good night. Bye.
The boycott.